man, are we like all losing our Asian cards eventually? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it like this. First of all, like, how much culture is lost with us being the first gen Asian American? We're no longer pure Asian.
Yeah, we're already coming into it with a deficit.
Yeah.
I'm already terrible at speaking Vietnamese. I don't speak Chinese at the household. My kid, because I'm marrying a Filipino, and I'm the only one in this room, by the way, who married an Asian. That's not even my regular Asian, Chinese, or Vietnamese type thing. Shots fired. All right. So you guys are fucking diluting our people, by the way. Anyways,
Gio's more Asian than me, though.
that is a statement.
Why? She likes to bargain?
She does like to bargain.
Not more than you, though.
But
We'll go into that later. Think about it like this, though. All right. So we barely speak our languages at home with our parents, let alone we're not going to be speaking it with our wives. And then our children are going to be half of that. Probably not going to be speaking both languages upward that we don't speak at home anyway. Who are they going to get married to? Because they're already all halves of something. They're not going to find the exact same half. So that's going to go into the quarter dilution. And they're going to be second gen Asian American, which is more American than first gen Asian American because we actually still had the connection. We were still getting yelled at or spanked a certain way.
I was thinking about this in Hawaii because that's the future of Asian Americanism.
Hawaiians?
The state of Hawaii.
Oh, then we good.
Because, like, you know, over there, you're like, you could be called Hawaiian if you're tied to like native Hawaiian ancestry. But if you're not and you're born there, like, let's say, because there's Japanese that were born there, raised there for like 5 generations, don't speak any Japanese. They're pretty American, but they also don't identify with American because they're more like, I grew up in Hawaii. I don't know anything about America. The name for them is local. So I was like, there might be another thing. Like recently the Wasian meetup, shit like that, right?
Oh, like almost like
A new category is gonna form.
like Chicanos. They're technically not a paisa, but then they're not fully American. They're like this in between.
Because if you think about the idea of what Asian American is, it's fucking weird. Because like back in Asia, no one feels like they have a Japanese person has no connection to a Pakistani. But in America, we're forced into one group. So that already is like, is that even an identity?
I do think probably Hawaii is the closest if we start drifting there. Because, you know, in our household, we don't do Asian, like, on the nose stuff, but there's Asian essence. So when you guys come over, I'm like, hey, did you say hi to Uncle Anthony, Uncle Joe, Uncle Nick? Like, I still do that Asian thing, right? Like, you pay respects to the elder that comes in. We take our shoes off. Like, you don't talk when me and mom are talking. You don't just jump in. So there's like a very like Asian way of doing it, even though I'm telling him these directions in English. And I feel like there's that same vibe in Hawaii. Because, you know, there's like the aunties or whatever. Like, oh, shit, auntie's coming. Like, everyone like straighten up. So I feel like in Hawaii, they have a very Asian culture without it being Asian.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably where we're headed.
That's what I always say when Tiff always asks me, if we have a baby, do you think our baby's going to look more Asian?
Yes.
I go, probably.
Asians are strong.
And then she goes,
dude.
And I was like, what the fuck was... I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, I was like, what the fuck? Are you sad that our baby... I was like, look, if we have a baby, they're not going to be full... When you look at our baby, they're not going to look full Asian. You know that. They're going to look brown. They're going to look Hawaiian. Bro.
Yeah, they're probably going to look Hawaiian.
They're going to look Hawaiian. He looks Hawaiian.
He just looks like a Chinese baby.
He's getting a lot less Chinese.
Yeah. But when he was a toddler, that's a straight Chinaman.
They start off more Asian and they slowly get more...
Right now, the entire Filipino side of my family, all of Nia's family, calls my daughter the Chinese princess.
She's Mulan, dude.
She looks more Chinese than Filipino right now?
To her, she's ching chong up the wazoo. Like, it is so like
wazoo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so you can't see anything other than the Chinese part. And to me, I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean,
because I'm around Chinese babies, so I'm like, sure, it's a baby. Like, in a little bit, I'm gonna start seeing the Filipino essence, right? And it might be when this baby at 2 years old has bigger eyes than me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not my Chinese.
Are you going to teach the second language to your kids?
I want so we talked about this because like there's just so much going on, right? But we need things to and at the end of the day it's not authentic to be like you have to go learn Chinese. Well, I don't speak it at home, so what am I going to do cuz it's good for business? Like that's really tough in the beginning, but what you do need to know is you need to be able to you don't call her grandma, you call her Lola. You don't call her grandma, you call her Banoy. So like if you understand how to communicate at their level, anything that they're talking about, if they're talking about like, like in Vietnamese, đi die, like go to the restroom, you need to know how to say those things because you're communicating with them. So the basics of like where's the bathroom or can I have this milk or whatever, I want you to learn that in the language, and I know how to speak that too, so I can communicate that if your grandma's here, and then we're all, but you're gonna need to also do that in Tagalog.
Yeah.
And so do I when you're doing that in Tagalog, right? And so does Nina when you're doing it in Vietnamese. Like we're all gonna all learn that together.
Because my kid is probably going to be calling my my mother-in-law, abuela, and then my mom, Nai Nai.
Yeah.
That's how it is, right?
Taika calls my mom Nai Nai. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got to be okay that I've been learning though, because like that's the thing about this, which even started this whole conversation. It's like all of my kids, all my friends' kids are all like triple language style households in the beginning, which actually slows their ability in the beginning to comfortably speak, but they're processing 3 languages at the same time. So they are understanding you, but then when suddenly you're asking them to repeat something in your language, but they maybe know it in something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're shy because they're like, I kind of know what you mean, but like I didn't learn that version yet. So instead of thinking like, how come you're so shy? It's like, no, motherfucker, they're learning 3 languages. Give them a minute and you're going to see an explosion of intelligence.
That's the advantage we're going to be able to give our kids, though, right? Is like the ability to speak multiple languages when usually the standard was just 2.
If it stays in practice in the household.
It's on us, though. It's on us to do it.
Taika's learning the Indian accent right now.
4 languages. How does it sound?
It's not bad, actually.
What's the source material? What do you show him? A poo?
It's going to help him, honestly, so much.
Playing around with voices, different accents with your kid.
Understanding how to do that or just like play with that and starting to learn things, whether it be like the phonetic nuances of other people's languages so that you can understand and relate with them more later when you're not mocking it, but you're actually respecting it, to because when you learn somebody's language and then you pronounce something the right way and they're like, that's amazing, like that connection is so universal. And then on top of that, comedic timing, like that's gonna give so much confidence.
Indian accent as how old is he? 11? That's crazy.
9.
What are the Asian kind of things you guys are gonna continue to, like the cultural things that you're gonna put them in line dancing,
Punishments.
like with the hand?
We got punishments at home.
I'll let you borrow this, dude. This is traditional right here.
If we have a kid, I don't want to hit our kid. And I was like, I'm going to spank our kid. Not like crazy,
Yeah.
but like, I'm going to spank
Not
them a
child
little bit.
abuse.
Not child abuse, but like when they step out of line.
I'm gonna hang my kid upside down with a clothes hanger.
That's all I was like, Bart smacks Tyke on the
Yep.
butt. It's no big
Yeah,
deal.
we got spanks at home. We got like squats at home. We got push-ups at home.
What do you think? Is cold bath going too far?
I do cold bath because one time I forgot what it was. He was complaining about how cold it was. I was like, you want to feel cold? I went, psh. Like, ah! I was like, now I want you to stay calm for 30 seconds. He was like, what are you going to turn on? I'm like, you got to be calm. He was like this.
little trials.
And then I'm like, all right, you earned the hot water.
That's fucking hilarious.
sick though. That's
Yeah.
sick.
I did say that same shit. I was like, look, I know that you don't want me to hit the kid or anything like that, but like a boy's got to get spanked.
Mhm.
Boys gotta get spanked.
And then we had a girl, and then I was like, I really don't know anything.
Because you do have to parent them differently, right?
You
Don't
have
they
to-
say
I think
that?
it's different. I think it's different.
Like for boys, I feel like for me, if you didn't spank me, I would have been a menace. I would have been a bad kid, I think.
But boys are also boundaries pushers,
Yeah.
so the boundaries have to push back.
Yeah.
They have to.
They gotta smack you in the head.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I won't do that then.
Girl, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
What about like the whole hierarchy thing? Like you got to respect your elder and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we live in a society of pay to play. Even if we don't exhibit that necessarily, where like mom's not allowed to eat until dad eats first. Even though that happens in that hierarchy rule in some places, we won't exhibit that at home, but you're going to need to learn it because you might need to respect it somewhere else.
Oh, like if you're traveling.
Or your friend's Asian and they have that in their household. Like, at the end of the day, it's about knowing things so that you can respect it, even if we don't practice it. Like that type of exposure, I think, is so important. That like that's why I think from the Asian sense, we got lucky that we had to be so disciplined a certain way. Because then, like, even if we weren't told that, like, this is how you respect the world, we were like, this is how I'm supposed to do it in my world, so I don't want to get in trouble. And then we looked respectful everywhere else.
100%.
Like the whole when in Rome concept.
Yeah.
Whereas some people, they never had to, and they're just going there, and everyone's like, dude, this person's so fucking rude. But then we've been practicing when in Rome every single day at home.
Exactly. So it's like
Except for, I don't know what happened to mainland Chinese, but they don't win in Rome at all.
They need to just lock them up.
Send them back.
When a whole tour bus of Chinese people came to the Japanese bathhouse, I thought a whole busload of Tasmanian devils came out. I heard a gaggle of geese fucking like loud as fuck. I was like, is this how people feel like Americans are?
brother, they might be winning Roming it harder than the Romans. You know what I'm saying? They're like, what do the Romans do? They come over and they conquer an entire area, and that's it. This is now their space.
What's funny is, like, or what's crazy is, like, you don't realize how much they pick up. And then so, like, you're just talking, you know, especially as they get older, they're, like, absorbing everything. One time we were driving, and then, like, this car was like this on the freeway. We're like, oh, shit, what's wrong with them? And then I hear from the back where Tyka's he's like, oh, he must be Asian. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, did me and Jill say that part out loud? Son of a bitch, we got to watch our conversations.
Bet you I'm gonna pass that shit down to my daughter. My fucking shitty driving skills.
I was like, fuck. He must be Asian.
I could say he must be Asian is crazy. Cause he's in his head, he's like, at least I'm half.
Yeah.
No, he's Chinese, remember? He's not anything else.
That's what you get both ways. Dude, when he recognizes that he gets to use it to his convenience, because he's gonna run into a period where it's against him, right? Like his Mexican, counterparts, or maybe not his cousins, but like his friends might be like, hey, fool, you're not like half Mexican.
Yeah.
You're gonna run into it. I ran into it for being Chinese Vietnamese, and I look fully both. Like, imagine the guy who looks different. He's gonna run into it.
You know, the world is so mixed now. In his class, there's probably a third that's mixed kids.
See, that's crazy.
Crazy.
New categories,
Yeah,
brother.
there's like a whole, like, if you go to a school, a third of the kids are mixed, whether black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, all kinds. And I was just like, damn, I remember the one Hapa kid was like one. And then they're like, oh shit, what is this albino, like, bear doing here, But now there's like a third. Like he's gonna be the new norm, and everyone's gonna be all normal.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Beige kids coming up, guys.
A lot of beige kids.
That's good.
It is, but that's gonna also make like white and black look so much more white and
Yeah, if you're pure white, pure black. Right? Yeah.
whole pure blood concept. If everybody starts mixing, which is natural,
Yeah.
then if you're like white or black later, that's like crazy.
Mix the pot.
In America, I mean, in America. Yeah.